Small-cap stocks weighed on Wall Street on Thursday as the Russell 2000 briefly hit correction territory before pulling back. Investors were worried that prolonged weakness in small names could be a precursor to broader losses. And the Dow and S&P 500 had their biggest daily decline in a month on Thursday, and the S&P closed under its 50-day moving average for the first time since April 15. In a sign of increased investor caution, the CBOE volatility index VIX had its biggest one-day bounce in a little over a month on Thursday, and the spread between the spot VIX and the 3-month VIX at one point tightened to its smallest since April 15. And the Russell will continue to be in focus on Friday. While the index is currently 9.3% away from its early March record of 1,208.65, less than the 10% decline that marks a correction, it has closed below its 200-day moving average in the past two sessions, a sign of weakening momentum. And Penney Co. JCP.N jumped 19.5% to $10 in pre-market trading a day after posting an adjusted quarterly loss that was narrower than expected and sales that were above forecasts. Nordstrom Inc. JCP.N also posted earnings above expectations. And S&P 500 futures fell 3.1 points and were below fair value, a formula that evaluates pricing by taking into account interest rates, dividends and time to expiration on the contract. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures fell 34 points and Nasdaq 100 futures lost 9.75 points. And major indexes turned lower for the week in Thursday's decline. The Dow is currently down 0.8% for the week while the S&P is off 0.4% and the Nasdaq is off 1.3%. And in the tech space, Applied Materials (AMAT.O) reported revenue that was slightly ahead of expectations, while Autodesk Inc. (ADSC.O) raised its full-year revenue view. Both results came out after the market closed on Thursday. And shares of Applied Materials rose 3% to $19.25 before the bell. And Verizon Communications Inc. VZ.N rose 1.6% to $48.75 in pre-market trading a day after Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Inc. precursor.N unveiled a new stake of 11 million shares in the company in a regulatory filing. The filings also showed that prominent hedge fund managers cut their exposure to high-profile internet names like Netflix Inc. and FLX.O in the quarter. And editing by Bernadette Baum, and back to top. And Thomson Reuters is the world's largest international multimedia news agency, providing investing news, world news, business news, technology news, headline news, small business news, news alerts, personal finance, stock market, and mutual funds information available on Reuters.com, video, mobile, and interactive television platforms. Thomson Reuters journalists are subject to an editorial handbook which requires fair presentation and disclosure of relevant interests. And NYSE and Amex quotes delayed by at least 20 minutes. Nasdaq delayed by at least 15 minutes. For a complete list of exchanges and delays, please click